The Florida Panthers look like they found their secret weapon. But the problem is, he's not getting a lot of help on the offensive front to come away with the W's. I'm going to go over who's been playing well, who hasn't, and what do the Florida Panthers have to do to try to fix some of their offensive struggles, because their goaltending has been stellar. Guys, thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Panthers Digest. I'm your host, Greg Andrews. As always, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. You guys need to stay up to date with anything and everything that has to do with your back-to-back Stanley Cup champion, Florida Panthers. Well, now it's no secret, Daniil Tarasov, well, I think he can play goaltender pretty well. The 2 games that he's played, yes, they have been losses, but he has done everything that he needs to do to prove that he belongs on this team and should help them come away with the W. There's not much more he can do between the pipes than what he's already done. He's had some absolutely spectacular saves in some big-time moments. Even Paul Maurice has said, especially as of last night, he said, boy, was he good. That's a quote about Paul Maurice, from Paul Maurice on Daniil Tarasov. And he was great. Several instances where he stuck out that leg, flashed the glove, didn't have a stick, and was still making big stops. Daniil Tarasov. We're going to go over the numbers in just a minute, but let's get to the highlights first. Here we go, guys. So, this is pretty much the low, last little, okay, there's our offense. Yay, that's what happened last night. 1 goal, Evan Rodriguez got it off the rebound. Hooray. The rest of these highlights are all Daniil Tarasov, because he was the bright spot from last night's game. I've got quotes from Paul Maurice about how the Cats have been playing. They have not been playing their style of hockey. They've gone away from that these last 3 games compared to the first 3. Let's keep going. Again, look at this. Right out of the box, here come the New Jersey Devils, and a big stop. Big blast, big stop by Daniil Tarasov. And let's keep this rolling right there. Great kick save. Another one, kept it out of the net. His own guy fell into him, and here's another odd man rush and a big stop there. Another great one here. I mean, all of these, I don't know what is going on with our defense as of late. There was one save that was in there that, well, I wish was in there. I couldn't find it, where he flashed the glove on Hughes. It was a wide open net, and he got his hand on that thing. He flashed the leather, caught it right in that bottom corner on his left side. What a stop. He even played that last bit, like the last probably good 90 seconds or more at the end of the second period, where he was without a goal stick. And he was stopping shots left and right. There's not much more that you can ask of Daniil Tarasov than what we've seen in the games that he has played. It's the offense that's not producing. And it's been hurting the Cats. They've been outscored 12-4 in this road trip. I'm going to say that again. 12-4. I do understand 4 of those goals were empty netters, but still, they count. 12-4, guys. Our offense has disappeared on this road trip. I'm not going to give excuses or say anything, but we also had Brad Marchand, who went out with an injury last night, and I hope that he's okay, because, man, if he goes down, I mean, he's not going to be out for a long time if it happens, but I was very happy to see him go back on the ice, and he looked like he was fine, but still, like, the Cats can't afford to lose another guy, especially someone like Brad Marchand, because if he goes down, it's not looking good for this team. And if we fall too far in those standings, as we are starting to get to that point where we are starting to fall a little bit further, and we've played more games than most of the other teams in the Atlantic Division, it's tough. But 2 days off is going to be great for this team. They need the rest. They're going to recover, regroup, be ready for Buffalo on Saturday. It's a weird puck drop. I think it was either 12:30 or 1:30, somewhere around there. But hopefully they could take it to Buffalo, get a win, get a couple points on the board, thank goodness. But Buffalo looked pretty good against Ottawa the other night. I think it was a 7-3 score or something like that. So they're not in the win column anymore. They got that one win. But I'm not going to cause any panic or anything like that. I still think that the Cats have a lot left. They've just gone through a lot in these first 6 games. They're 3-3 right now. I believe they are in 4th place in the division at this point. But again, only 6 games. They have 2 days off right now. They will regroup, get back on the ice in Buffalo, and hopefully get the W. And we'll see how that goes. But let's get to the images here. Here we go. Like I said, Daniil Tarasov has been lights out. Bobrovsky's been great as well. Goaltending is not the issue. Defense isn't really the issue, especially on our 5-on-5s, not so much. A little bit of a problem with our power play and our penalty kills in the last couple of games. So our special teams, again, things are getting a little shaky, but I think they need this time off. I think they're going to recover from this really well, come back, and kick some butt in Buffalo. So yeah, 2 goals in the third period, lifted New Jersey over Florida last night. Wasn't the greatest game for the Cats. They have been lackluster, to say the least, in these last 3 games on the road. The offense has not stalled so much, but definitely not where I think a lot of people thought it would be. And one of the reasons why is because of this. I was trying to go through to see how many different lines there have been, the changes that have been there, and there's been a lot. I mean, they're experimenting and trying to see where can we make the chemistry work, and I don't know why they're just not putting Lundell, Lustranen, and Marchand on the same line, because it worked so well last year. And I know some of you said, oh, with the way the current roster is, that's the first line. That should be the top line. That shouldn't be third line. The reason why I'm saying it works for the third line is when it worked last season in the playoffs is because, yes, we had Barkov on the first line. We had Matthew Tkachuk on the second line. I get it. Okay, I know. But hear me out. If you put them on the third line, you're matching them up with other third lines who don't nearly have the same talent. And that's why there was so much success in the playoffs for the Cats last year on that third line. They were much more cohesive, better players. I mean, as soon as that third line hit the ice, it was like magic happened. Anytime Marchand was there with Lustranen and Lundell, it was like you could feel like a goal was going to be scored. I don't know why they don't try to stick with that, because clearly this team has a big advantage on that third line if that's what they do with that compared to other teams and their third lines. That could be where we get our bread and butter and we're scoring all the time. Better offense, better defense if you keep that there, or even make that the second line. But it's so tough because we are out of, like, so many players are out right now. That is our biggest problem. Obviously, the injuries are piling up, and it's hard for a coach to find a way to make these new lines work. The chemistry isn't there yet. Again, it's going to take time for this to develop. I'm not hitting the panic button at all. I'm not going to say they do need to make a trade immediately with 3 losses in a row. No. If they go 0-5 in this road trip, I might be changing my tune and say, you know what? They might need to do something just a little bit more. Because right now, nothing is working offensively for this team. I don't care how great your defense is. If you can't put the puck in the back of the net, you're not going to win games. 1 goal in a game? No. They need to be scoring at least 3 goals, 2 to 3 goals a game. I mean, again, the expected goals that they had in those first 3 games was tremendous, and now it's dropped. It's fallen off a cliff in these last 3 games. But let's keep going. All right, so here we go. Great in the face-off circle. Lundy was fantastic. Lundell was spectacular in the circle. Verhaeghe was 100%, even though he only did 2 of the face-offs. But our giveaways, 14 of them. That's been killing us, and we were outshot like crazy. It just seemed like when I was going through and watching some of the highlights, and when I was watching the recording on my TV, I was playing in double speed because I kind of wanted to see, all right, how much time is the puck in our defensive zone? And it was there a lot last night. I mean, it just didn't seem like we could keep it in the offensive zone. Again, some sloppy plays. Again, some of the passing wasn't great. Turnovers. It just, something's not working for this team right now. And I do think the rest should help. It will help them recover. I think watch the film, start talking to each other, start getting that chemistry to work off the ice in this next couple of days. And when they are on the ice, I'm pretty sure Paul Maurice is going to try anything and everything to get some of these lines to really start clicking. And I wouldn't be surprised if we do see Lustranen, Lundell, and Marchand together. Maybe they will be the first line. I don't know. But for some reason, he hasn't tried it yet. But I wouldn't be so quick to say he won't pull the trigger and give it a shot and see how it works. So let's keep rolling along here, all right? So right now, shots, Marchand is doing his thing. Mackie Samoskevich, by the way, he has been another bright spot here. He's been all over the ice. He's really been trying to help his teammates. Great two-way, offensively and defensively. He's been great. He's been trying to make some plays. Even Coach Paul Maurice had said he really likes what Samoskevich has been doing on the ice. Same thing with Rodriguez. Great game. Obviously, Tarasov was fantastic, but he was like, other than that, there was nothing great about the game last night. I'll show you the quotes in just a second. Let's keep going defensively. Our defenseman, Seth Jones, on the ice a ton. Same thing with Aaron Ekblad. That's kind of the MO for them. They're always on the ice a ton. And Seth Jones was throwing the body around last night. That's great. So again, Daniil Tarasov, if your goaltender's facing 33 shots in a game, and you're not getting a lot of help offensively, yeah, you're going to come away with the W. And the loss instead of the win. But he's not playing bad. The numbers are a misnomer when we look at both goaltenders. Bob is playing out of his mind. 3 wins, 1 loss. 0-2 for Tarasov, but the numbers are a little skewed. If you're looking only at the stats, don't base his play off of that. He's been fantastic between the pipes. It's the offense that hasn't been producing. Yes, 3.08 goals against and an .887 save percentage. He's had a rough go of it. There are moments where his defense has, his defenders in front of him, the 5 guys out there that are supposed to be helping him have not. Again, the turnovers in the offensive zone, the turnovers in neutral ice, that's been plaguing this team. I mean, how many of these, let's go back to this and take a look. How many of these plays did you see were odd man rushes? Let's take a look. All right, here. This is the Rodriguez goal. The lone spot. Here we go. Breakaway chance. That wasn't an odd man rush, but we'll leave that out of there. So 1, here we go. Odd man rush. 2-on-1. Almost like a 2-on-0 after the defender slid there. Pretty much almost like a breakaway. Wide open. Opposite side of the cage, wide open. And then Jack Hughes, the glove save that Tarasov had that was spectacular. I mean, all of these things are pointing to we are having some issues with turning the puck over in really bad spots. And it's putting our goaltenders in really tight spots. Yes, I know. The penalty kill, first goal for the Devils, it went right over Tarasov's shoulder. I mean, that window was tight. These are NHL players. They can squeeze it in there. But Tarasov played great. So let's keep going. Let's start talking about some of the quotes and stuff from some of these guys. Here's Paul Maurice on the Panthers' play last night. We were pretty structurally sound for a handful of games. He's talking about the first 3. And we've gotten away from it. You see it sometimes on back-to-backs. I didn't think we were very good tonight. We'll do that as well as whole group together, coaches and players. I like Samoskevich's game tonight. Thought he had some jump. Rodriguez played a smart game of hockey. We wouldn't be bragging much after that. And obviously Tarasov was spectacular. And we'll keep going here right now. This is Paul Maurice on playing home versus playing away and the style of hockey that they were playing in the first 3 games compared to now. We don't, in our history, have a difference between in our home and road game. But we do now. But I think if we would have played that game at home, we would have got beat. I don't think the venue changes much of the outcome. I think that says a lot about the style of hockey this team is playing right now. That's probably one of the quotes that if you want to dissect it enough that says, we are not playing good. I think they're getting frustrated. And I think these 2 days off are going to be very good, or I should say a day and a half off is going to be good for the Cats to regroup, figure out what they need to do to get back on track to winning and get their offense jump-started. Here's Evan Rodriguez. This is him talking about the approach by the New Jersey Devils last night. Their go-ahead is going 6 feet wide, and he just gets a stick on it, and sometimes it's just a put to the net, right? Sometimes it's a bounce or a chaotic play. Maybe that's what we have to get to a little bit. 2 really good players. This is him talking about on the line with Marchand and I think it was Lucianen. He says, 2 really good players. I thought we played well when we had our looks, especially early on. If I'm wrong about that line, excuse me, I apologize. But Rodriguez played a great game. Samoskevich played a good game. Marchand always seems to, like, even when he's not having a good game, he still looks like he's having a good game. He's making moves with the puck, trying to get it towards the net. I mean, he had several instances where it looked like he might have been able to score, but it is what it is. And right now, here's Daniil Tarasov in his play and the big glove save that he had. He said, trying to do what I need to do, the simple stuff. Sometimes you do those kind of saves when you need it, but I'm more focused on don't give up a lot of rebounds and stay calm and focused on every shot. And here he is talking about the Panthers D that is in front of him. He says they are really great Ds here. They really help me on the ice. Off the ice, they're a really good group of guys. They're supporting me every day here. So this team has a lot of growing that they need to do. They need to find that identity that I said several episodes ago. They need to keep working on the lines that they have. I think the more that they keep juggling these lines, the lack of chemistry is going to keep staying right where it is, offensively right now. Defense, I think we're okay. Our goaltenders are standing on their heads and doing what they can to stop some of these big-time shots and big-time plays from the other teams. But it's the careless plays in the offensive zone, the turnovers in neutral ice, not knowing where your fellow player is that's going to have your back, being in the right position where you need to be, keeping your eyes on the other team, knowing where they are. We're getting caught standing around a lot. Go back and look at the highlights. If you guys recorded the game, go back and look and see that they're not moving the puck around a lot on the offensive side of things. Even on the defensive side of things, they're caught out of position at times, especially when the puck is against the boards. You'll see the guy who's somewhere near the circle that's kind of watching things and seeing where's the puck going to be, where's the player going to try to come in around if there's going to be. You've got to find out where that open man is so that way they don't sneak in behind the play and have an open shot at your goaltender. And that's what we were seeing a lot of. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I do appreciate all of your support. But yeah, Daniil Tarasov was fantastic last night, but no support from the offense, unfortunately. So let's cross our fingers and hope that this day of rest, this day off, will help them get everything back together. Heads will be back in the game, and they're going to come out firing on all cylinders in Buffalo on Saturday. So anyway, guys, thanks again. I'm going to try to keep a smile here, but it's really tough with a 3-game losing streak. But anyways, a lot of hockey still left to play. Nobody's going to cry foul about this. No panic yet. That panic meter, we're still sitting at green. I think it might turn a little bit yellow if we're not able to win a single game on this trip, especially against Buffalo. We should be able to pull that one off. But anyways, guys, again, tomorrow, I think it's 12:30 or 1:30. The game will be on. Let's really send some good vibes. Anyways, guys, appreciate all of you. Go Cats.